What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 21 of my Total Warhammer 3 Vlad and Isabella Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, Vlad's army attacked the Hell Pit and took all of Clan Molder's warp tokens for ourselves. I suppose that from a lore perspective, that actually does also make sense, because the vampires could definitely use the residual warp stone in said warp tokens for some purposes, I'm sure. The Necrarch being able to use the warp stone to essentially stave off the hunger would probably mean they can melt them down and make use of it. So, yeah, makes sense to me. Anyway, that gave us a very nice amount of cash that we will be using to build up various territories. We're also under siege here by a cold slaughter call, but we did raise Roderick Morphin for a little while, and he should be able to hold Zavastra if the enemy only attacks with a single army, I would imagine. Though it is a little bit unfortunate that they're bothering to siege rather than attacking directly, we'll deal with it. We shall deal, though it is a bit odd that they're not suffering any kind of attrition, considering we have 60 vampiric. It does say enables attrition for non-vampiric armies, so maybe the Nurgle units are immune to attrition for whatever reason? It's not because siege, because I'm pretty sure you still take attrition by one sieging, but anyway, we'll deal with it as it comes. Now, several other things to do. First of all, Batilda, I want you to potentially go down here. I want to see which Skaven clan is down here. If it's Ferric, then we ignore it. If it's Moors, then we attack. Oh, it's Rictus. Okay, we can attack Rictus. Rictus is very weak. They've only got a couple of territories left. Batilda, move out there. We'll attack them. This will be free money, and it'll be something for you to do, because you're costing us money every turn if you're not doing anything. And yeah, it means trespassing through dwarven territories, but, well, that's their problem. They shouldn't have taken these territories. They should have left them to the Crooked Moon. Alright, that's good. Then, Rudy. What I want you to do is move just outside your settlement right here. And actually, no, go into the other side of your settlement right here. And then go into ambush. And the reason I want to do that is to hopefully draw Tiny Tim a little bit closer. If he tries to move here, or even tries to move towards Matorka, then obviously Rudy can kill him without too much trouble, as he's done similar things in the past. Now, let's start moving out all of our tech thieves and stuff. You would have to go here and then try to, for example, attack Conrich Scuttle. It's not a great chance to succeed, but, you know, it's still potentially free blood kisses. With Queen Bee, it's at much better. There you go. And you got, wait, Lore Keeper gives you more wound chance rather than, jealously guarded, I guess. Yeah, fair enough. Just jealously guard your forbidden knowledge. Additional 9% chance will make you a fairly good assassin, actually. But what I was saying was, Lore Keeper definitely sounds like something that would make you better at stealing tech or something like that. But it's all good. Next up, more tech thieves. You have one turn of steel tech remaining, so you gotta steal some now. There you go, good job. You did not fail, and thus you will not be punished for it. You, steel tech, Adagig is at 6633-1. Yeah. Brass Keep cannot be reached. Middenheim, 6634-4. I guess this one then. And it was a success. Well done. Well done. Steel Tech is maxed out, so we're going to move into Assault units next, and you guys can keep up this whole thing. Reichland is still fighting these guys, so I hope that they continue getting distracted and essentially fighting around here so we don't lose this. I also really want to get Vlad down here to take Castle Wolfenburg for ourselves, or just Wolfenburg for ourselves, rather, because it has, once again, a gold mine. And also Ehrengrad. So I think Vlad is going to potentially come down here, though he may want to stop at the Tower of Crack and destroy the Slaneshi forces there, or possibly sack it, depending on how much it's worth, because that is their capital, and I would imagine it's a Dark Fortress. Although I don't remember if the Tower of Crack is a Dark Fortress in this particular version of the game. We'll see. Altar of the Crimson Harvest is, though. I wonder how much that is worth from sacking, though we're not at war with Be'lakor right now. That's only 5k. It's not worth going all that way. We'll figure that out. Now, last tech thief. You have 2 more turns of steel tech. You could potentially steal some more, or you could try to assassinate here. Or actually have a better chance of assassinating, so give that a try. There you go. And you got Lore Keeper as well. Today's a Lore Keeper day, then. Isn't that just wonderful? Now you have everything. You don't have immortality, but you don't need anything else. You're not on a mount, are you? No, good. Let's get you boost income for now, because you may be boosting some income later down the line. Alrighty, well, that cost us some money, but it certainly afforded us some successes, and we are at 4 blood kisses. Actually, now's probably a decent time to figure out where we want to go next. The additional vampiric corruption is decent, but even in our newer territories, the vampiric corruption is pretty high. 3, 2, and 1. It's not bad. What about here in Mount Gunbad? Oh, it's actually dropping because of the dwarf, so I guess we could counteract that with further vampiric corruption via the Strigoi second tier pick. Alternatively, character experience gain plus 20%, I don't really care about that. The Sylvanian one is also just Sylvanian handgunners, which are fine, and we will get later, but not a big deal. Yeah, you know what? I think we'll take the Strigoi second tier, and then we'll go for second tier Blood Dragon. Just for the extra unit experience per turn. And then we'll do whatever is remaining after that. Alrighty, that makes sense. Next up, what do we got? Building time. River Urskoi. Can you collect income? You can. It's a tiny amount, but why not? Ooh, although wait, not collecting the income would allow you to go to the next tier, which will increase your growth by 10%. It ain't much, but to be fair, this place ain't growing much either. You know what, let's get that Lich Yard up and running. Yeah, you don't collect income. Southern Oblast, however, should be making a decent amount of cash now that it's got at least 1 gibbet up and running. And in fact, we should upgrade Fort Chakova right now, because we want to get that iron mine up and running as well, though we will eventually need to delete the charnel pit in favor of a wall. Winter's Teeth Pass, obviously you can't get income. Mount Gunbad, you're good as you are. Rib Peaks, you are good as you are for now. Eastern Border Princess, Matorka, do we upgrade you? I'm honestly more tempted to upgrade Akendorf, because if we, for example, leave here with Rudy to join up with Peter over here to attack Averheim and Grenstad, then we need for Matorka to be able to defend itself. You know, we'll see how much money we have left after this. Ah, Ostermark. You're an important one. Beckhofen, let's upgrade you immediately. Let's also get a gibbet up and running here. How far is Essen from the enemy territories? It's fairly far, but I feel like it'll still probably need a wall until we get another layer of protection, essentially. Especially because if these guys break through Talabayam, then they have an easy way into our interior territories, and I don't like that very much. Alright, so we'll ignore that then. Peak Pass. Karakadrin, you could get an upgrade, but you don't need it right now. It's a little bit on the too expensive side. We got a gibbet coming up here, and Needling, let's upgrade you to level 2 to get a gibbet for you as well. Flensburg could use the next level of wall, and it is kind of near enemies, potentially. But we're dropping down in terms of our cash now, so let's see if there's more important stuff. Steingart, we deleted something in favor of something else, but I don't remember what it was. Most likely it was probably going to be a Balefire Brazier to work with the with Fyldorf, but we can wait on that as it's not critical right now. Gibbets are coming up in Carrickdromar and Oakenhammer, though the latter does need walls. Once again, it's fairly distant from enemies, so it's not critical right now. Karakungor, definitely upgrade you, because we need that gold mine to level 3. Karakaraziak, same thing with you eventually. Castle Tempelhof, you are generating as much money as you can until we get the tech that makes it worth it to build forbidden libraries and vampire crypts, but that'll be a while as yet, as we're upgrading our armies right now. Alrighty, and then lastly, Southern Sylvania is good, which means we can indeed get the wall up or the upgrade up at Matorka. There we go. And then we'll do the wall at Akendorf afterwards. Okay, that sounds good to me. Let us then end the turn and see if this guy attacks us. Unassigned skill points we can skip. Do we need to give you any item? Do we even have any items to give you? Not really. We could get rid of these things. There's a Dawnstone, a Book of Arcan. You know what, hold on to the Book of Arcan and use it to buff yourself up as you fight. Why not? I'm not giving you a Staff of Damnation because it's not worth the time. And Rod of Flaming Death, eh? You know what? Hold on to this for now. Why not? It's essentially, once again, just a slightly superior version of the Ruby Ring of Ruin, which is garbage, but if you're gonna fight here, every little thing is gonna count. We're definitely not giving you anything important that you might lose, though. Alrighty, and I think that's good. I guess we could give you a Dawnstone. It is gonna be a lot of physical damage coming in from the enemy. Actually, let's see. Magical from the demons, physical from the spawn. Actually, yeah, that is a lot of physical. Yeah, you can hold on to this. You're gonna get rid of all these items when we delete you later on, anyway. Because we can't afford you right now, though we will get you back up and running later, or on another Strigoi. I should have actually given you a... you know what, you can have the Gleaming Pennant, because I don't care about it. I should have given you a Gravedigger for when you were raising dead. Also, we lack ancillaries, surprisingly. I'm actually surprised at how few items we have, considering Vlad has like plus 60% or something silly in terms of magical item drop chance. Plus 50 from him, plus 25 from Isabella. So, plus 75% chance, though I don't know what exactly the base is. Well, we'll see. Anyway, let's keep going, shall we? Building upgrade available is ignored. Let's end the turn now, and let's see if we get ourselves a fight against a cold Slaughter Call here. Might be a fun one if it happens. I think the Fecundites are towards the end of the end of this. Also, we're close to getting that defensive alliance with both the western and the northern provinces. We gotta get those up and running. True Diplomat can hide, or did we... Oh, wait. Non-aggression pact with... Tretch. I feel kind of bad for you, buddy, because we're about to attack you now. Pirates of Sartosa, Reichland, Grimgore, where are we? There we go. Fecundites are... No, you're not going to attack. You coward. Alright, well, if Vlad comes down here, you're going to suffer for it. Nay indeed, horsey. Nay indeed. And looks like we're not getting attacked anywhere. Rudy's ambush got foiled, unfortunately, but it got foiled after Tim Coates moved closer. Pretty bad for you, buddy. Pretty bad for you. Ambusher discovered Kun Get Gold. That's a good name. And we got the Unearthed Cursed White Blades, which will give us good stuff. Unholy Lodestone for Tech Thief, but you do not need one. And what do you have here? Campaign Line of Sight and Student? Yeah, you hold on to those, buddy. You hold on to those. Damn, we didn't get a free student for that, unfortunately. Next, we will go for Dread Animator, but let's fight a little bit first, and then we'll deal with that. So, firstly, Tech Thief. I want you to start... Yeah, you're exhausted for a turn anyway. I want you to start heading towards... here. Let's see. Tower of Crack. Ah, Azazel's back up and running. Ooh, and he has a force outside, so we can force a field battle. Tower of Crack is tier... That's tier 4. And it's got a number of nice troops in there. Should be fun for Vlad. 15k for sacking it? Not bad either. Alright, I'll take it. Vlad. Do you want to attack Fort Strogoff again, or do you just want to move? I think we just want to move. Can you reach us? I'm just wondering if we could go into march stance here. Oh, the annoying thing about fighting Azazel is he'll probably steal one of our troops from us, but we are right beside this, which will mean we can get one of those troops back. Damn it, I didn't mean to do that. Let's see. You can go here. Yeah, I think we can go into march stance for at least one turn. Or like so. Shouldn't be able to reach us unless Azazel has some kind of special way to do that I'm not aware of. But if it is, well, then we'll deal with it. Okie dokie, the rest of that looks good to me. Now, that's Vlad. Matilda, you can... Oh, hello, Infectique. Oh, Infectique, you've made a terrible mistake. How many territories do these guys have? 2. So one's here, and... Wait, did they just take Howling Rock? No, there's no Skaven corruption here, and our Vampiric corruption is rising, so it's unlikely. Must be somewhere else. You are gonna move forward, although you could try something. You can assault units here to try to level yourself up a little bit. Why not? Oh, wait, in fact, stop. And then do it again, because now you have the effect of Queen Bee. I want you to upgrade Specialist first, though. Yeah, you're devious, so you are you're meant to steal tech. You're not meant to be in Batilda's army. Oh my god, it's a pretty high success chance. Failure? Oh, you gotta be kidding me, man. Alrighty, Assassin, come forth. Matilda, you're probably gonna just auto-resolve that one, but we shall see... Yeah, it looks auto-resolvable to me. And hopefully we'll fight these guys. Are you at peace or in an alliance with anybody? No. We could potentially ask the dwarfs to do this. Wait. The dwarfs and Draika don't like each other, but Draika likes us so much that maybe that's not gonna be such a bad thing. Our relationship's still rising. But, yeah, they really don't like each other. For whatever reason. Now we also have a mission from you. Not that we're building your units right now, mind you, but why not? I just like doing these missions as a matter of principle. Defeat Festus. Yeah, we'll defeat Festus eventually. Let's keep that in there so we don't have to deal with those unnecessary missions anymore. Would you allow us to join your war against Clan Rictus? Point 8. Now, I was hoping for a non-aggression pact so we didn't have to deal with them right now, but it's more than likely that we will eventually. I also don't trust dwarves because I've been betrayed by them in various campaigns before, so yeah. Anyway, I guess we'll just declare war. Attack this. Yes. For the money and XP. Alright, you take out Infectique, decisive victory. It's a pathetic host full of Skaven slaves. There's no way we would have taken anywhere like that amount of damage, but whatever. You can heal in this territory next turn, so it doesn't really matter what we do. That said, you never know if there's a really strong stack near here, so let's not risk it. Let's put you into a channeling stance to heal up and start moving towards this. Assassin, you start moving towards it as well. There we go. Free Earthing Rod, which can be combined with the Book of Arcan once we're through with it over here, I guess. Do we have any nearby forces belonging to you? No. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You keep moving, Pete. You're gonna fight Rudy shortly. Let's just move everybody else. Oh, actually, in fact, considering that we've done most of the moves, Rudy's the only one who's gonna be fighting right now. Alright, fine. Rudy, attack Tiny Tim and then move back to the way you came. Actually, I did want to raise another Morngul set, though I guess, wait, we don't have anything that we can get out of here, do we? We have to keep the Unholy Lodestone for now, at least while you're there. While I would love to raise the Morngul, I guess we could delete one of the Doggo units. Nah, fine. They're only here to be transferred to the von Carstein Lord anyway. 930, a little bit on the expensive side, but what can you do? And honestly, if anything, we should probably raise another Hex Wraith, but the expense, the terrible expense. 1302 just for raising it. Do we really need it right now? We could definitely win with that. I mean, we can win a lot of stuff without a lot of the stuff we get, and just using basic troops, but I would love this army to be fully retrofitted, to be able to, you know, take action on its own. But you know what, we'll wait. We can always get a Hex Wraith later. Let's attack Tiny Tim. He's gonna move away. And then he's gonna die afterwards. We will fight this cinematically, because it looks pretty fun. Alright, here we go. Yeah, close victory. I doubt that, but who knows? Stranger things have happened. Let's do this.
Very well.
Alrighty, here we go again, though now Rudy is on his zombie dragon, so he is quite a bit scarier, or he has potential to be quite a bit scarier, though a little bit slower than on that Flying Nightmare or Hellsteed. Now, the enemy does have a mortar on the field, so that is a threat to, at the very least, our ranged units, and, well, probably not so much the undead, because we can simply get them back after any damage to the mortar. We're also going to send Rudy directly into the enemy army as to serve as a distraction Carnifex, while the enemy range units will hopefully go for him. He'll also be able to summon zombies on top of them and distract more of them. Of course, between the enemy range units firing at him as well as the Spirit Leech, he is going to take damage, but it will take him a while to reach his healing cap, so it'll be worth it to force the entire enemy ranged line to turn around and fire at him instead, while the rest of our army closes the distance. Plus, of course, the zombie is going to distract and prevent the mortars from firing, so that should work out. Obviously, in the background, we have deployed our units of Mornguls here and wherever the rest of them are, right here and right there, they're gonna hit the enemy back line while our front line gets to them. Speaking of, our range units are already well in range and firing their arrows and bolts and down on those zombies, while Rudy continues flying around, healing himself and dropping zombies on the enemy. Alrighty, and it looks like the enemy's wasted a Spirit Leech on one of our summoned zombie units. Definitely a waste there, and we can see the Mortis Engine moving in as well as our ghostly units in the background. We're also trying to pop all of the bloated corpses with zombie summons before they can actually damage our main army. So as you can see, we're keeping these units all away from those bloated corpses while Rudy moves towards them to summon zombies on top of them and annoy them. And that's the idea anyway. Let's hope that it works out and we don't lose anything to an annoying bloated corpse explosion. We can always, of course, land on a bloated corpse and force it to explode. There we go, summon zombies, instantly killed, but so is that bloated corpse. And then there was one heading directly towards our Mortis Engine, it seems, but that's just fine. Send the Mortis Engine in it directly and cause it to explode all of its surroundings. Beautiful. Looks like Rudy's getting attacked by some of those deck droppers, although vanilla deck droppers are hardly that scary, and he's actually gained HP since moving in as a distraction Carnifex. In addition to that, our Mourngulls are nearly here. They're getting a little bit they're a little bit slow. I gotta remember that they only move at a 45 speed, certainly faster than Graveguard, but slower than Ogres, and thus if you deploy them too far away, they do take quite a while to get to the battle. Fortunately, we have we have Direwolves and Black Knights moving in quickly. The Hexwrights are already engaged, and Rudy is now attacking the enemy lord in the middle of the enemy formation. Here come the Mourngulls as well, finally arriving, and that should cinch the battle. Clinch the battle? Clinch the battle, maybe because it was a cinch. Alrighty, and oh wow, the tall grass there actually blocking sight of everything but the Mourngulls. Oh, I kind of like that actually. You can only see the Mourngulls swinging and coming out of the grass to roar. I actually really like that. I gotta get more shots of this sort of thing, but unfortunately those units are melting, and the battle, just like that, is suddenly over. Really quick one there, I gotta admit, but it was a pretty fun one. Let's see, Rudy has actually reached his healing cap, so he'll be stuck at about 80% HP, but I think he did his job quite admirably. A little bit more missile resistance and other resistances on him, and he'll be able to fulfill the distraction Carnifex role just fine. Plus, with the fact that he's a strong Necrarch, well, he should be pretty good. And just buff him up a little bit further in terms of his fightiness, and he'll get a lot scarier as well. Anyway, we're gonna speed this up, just gonna heal up any units that need it, which apparently is basically nothing. Yeah, and we're good. There we go. Decisive victory. I doubt that we got too many losses there other than zombies, but let's find out for sure. Alrighty, pretty good. I mean, that was certainly low casualties. Rudy did take a little bit of damage from acting as the distraction Carnifex, so we got most of it back afterwards, and we can always heal him up after whichever next battle. If he doesn't fight, he'll heal up to full anyway. Though the same cannot be said for our mortal followers, alas. We are going to not bother healing him up, let's just take the cash. Especially since we used some cash to raise some stuff. And income from post-battle loot, Kidnapper, nice. And then I guess you have to either move directly back into Matorka or go into ambush outside it again. Mostly I'm daring Wurzag to attack us. Is he at war with, no, he's actually friendly with Sartosa. Yeah, that makes sense. I do have to wonder who he will attack. I mean, honestly, if we wanted to get into another war, we could attack him here, but he'd just move away, so there wouldn't be much point to it. Alrighty, let's just return to Matorka for now, to keep it safe. for at least a couple more turns, and then soon it'll be able to more or less defend itself once it has walls. Peter's also drawing closer so we can swap some units around and get both armies a little bit more viable. And good for you guys. Now, Tech Thieves, your turn to once more do things like stealing tech. Let's see, Samuel Ludenhoff. Likelihood of wounding, fairly decent, try it. Possessed mirror, but failure. At least he got a mirror out of it. I wish I got a free mirror every time I failed at something. Tech Thief, you. What are you at? 4 steel techs, but no other enemies other than Samuel Ludenhoff, and he's on guard now, so you are not going to succeed at that. I'm tempted to move you out here just to see if there's a hero there, but the likelihood is also not that high. Let's just have you steel tech at Krugenwald again, I guess. Yeah. And then maybe move to Brass Keep afterwards. Oh wow, it's actually generating quite a bit of cash. Another failure. Oh, guys, come on. Ooh, actually, I wonder, how much are these territories worth for sacking? Okay, fine. Not by Vlad. Let's say you, Pete. Ah, you're in March stance, too. Who's not in March stance? Bathilda. Mindenheim, 10k. And Edgig, 1k. Brass Keep, 16k? You gotta be kidding me. Oh, it's nearly tier 5. Oh, that's nice. That's real nice. If you're wondering why I haven't destroyed these, it's because they're essentially keeping Reichland and Wissenland and all these factions here occupied while we grow our empire. This will also, we've also been slowly swallowing the empire, essentially. We've destroyed Solland, we've destroyed Stirland, we are about to destroy Averland, and Ostermark is already dead, and so is Ostland, I believe. So really it's just Wissenland and Reichland and Nordland left. I think Middenland is gone too. So yeah, they're down to like a third of the Empire's provinces, and they're all being distracted by Festus, which is quite lovely for us. I mean, I feel like the addition of Festus is essentially a soft buff for the vampire campaign, just because of his distractionness. That's a word. Anyway, Tech Thief, you can't do anything. Roderick, you can't do anything by virtue of you having to sit here. Oh, look, we can summon those Hawk Riders if we wanted to. Also, I believe that's it. So 2 things to do. First of all, tech Dread Animator for that reduction on Graveguard and Black Knights, especially since our numbers of those are about to increase significantly, as they will form the basis of Peter's army, at the very least. Then we want to check out diplomacy. Quick deal. Let's see what we're looking at here. Mousillon, you're ready for non-aggression. Again. Okay, well, that works for me. No dice on anything else, but good enough. Hopefully that'll build up our reputation. Alright, non-aggression. Vidrioth, are you at war with anybody that we don't like? No, you're probably going to do this before like 5k, 10k. Yeah, that's not going to happen, Vidrioth. Let's see. Celestial Loyalists, no. Caravan and Brew Roses, alas, no. Jade Custodians, yada 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 yada. Still nothing to be gained out of this, I think. 0.2 on the defensive alliance for Argrilon, but we don't really want a defensive alliance with Durthu. He can get you into bad situations. I'd rather not risk it. Nordland is good. Northern provinces, we're down to 6.3, and we have the one with the western provinces. Oh, did I build the outpost? I forget. We gotta build that up and get that up and running shortly. What if we declare war on Goldtooth? Nah, still not still not likely. Okay, okay. We're getting there, though. The western provinces are the stronger faction right now, anyway. Actually, no, they're not. They're down to rank 26. They must have lost an army. I don't like that very much. But nothing we can do about it. Alright, that's fine. Then, western provinces. What the heck is going on back here, incidentally? Oh, you're fighting Nakai. Yeah, Nakai really does cause a problem for Cathins, doesn't he? Let's go for outpost construction. The question is where? Hanyu Port, Sky Lantern. Damn, I was hoping for Sky Junks. Oh, we can build Celestial Dragon Guard as well. Ooh, I want Celestial Dragon Crossbowmen. That's what I want. Replace those Elven basic units that we have, or Iron Hail Gunners, or something along those lines. Maybe even Crane Gunners. Glorious. At the very least, maybe we can build Fire Rain Rockets somewhere. Also, where's your capital? I forget. I checked last time. It's Chiang, which is in danger. No, we'll build it at Hanyu Port or at Shangyang here. This is safer from Nakai, but it is not safe from Snitch. The guy's all the way down here. Yeah, he could definitely threaten Hanyu Port. You know what I want to see? Hanyu Port, you have the artillery batteries. You do not. Okay, Hanyu Port it is. Alright, it's pretty clear which one is going to be the better defended one. Outpost, Hanyu Port. Oh, and that was the first. Damn it, game. I should have just taken the suggestion. But all good. Alrighty, and the garrison already is pretty strong here, and we will hopefully make it at least somewhat stronger, though our little zombie units probably ain't gonna help that much. But oh well, that's good. Now, we probably have other stuff to build. Kislev, you're good as you are for now. Fort Saul, obviously. Dead Rock Gap, you're next. And do we need the second level of the Boneyard here? The Lich Yard? Boneyard. The Lich Yard is a type of Boneyard, people. Probably not worth the cash right now, although the place is not going to be growing very fast once again, but plus 5 growth is just so minimal, even if it does get us an extra Necromancer. Well, let's start with the Gibbets here instead. Oh, we can't do it at Savastra because it's under siege. Yeah, that's fine. We are looking good here. Eastern Border Princess, Akendorf. I really wanted the wall here. You know what? It's time. It is time. Peak Pass. Matilda's Triumph, you needed those red dies, so let's get those. And we're good here. Any more gibbets? You're coming up. I wanted the walls at Flensburg, but let's see if there's any more gibbets to build and or upgrade. And then we'll deal with that. Ostermark, these will be upgradable soon, next turn in fact. Steingart, we are holding on to you. Tightly, and Gallows, good. 2 more coming up. We gotta get it back up over 10k. Karak-Raziak, you do have your Gibbet up at level 1. I'm just wondering whether we should build walls here. The Skaven can jump over to us, which is kind of the problem for that particular territory. Yeah, you know what? Let's start with the wall in Flensburg, because it's kind of at the edge, and it's only a matter of time before we get into a fight with Reichland. Plus, I don't consider a vampiric campaign over until we take Altdorf, so it doesn't even matter if we eventually make an alliance with them. Vlad is the one true emperor, and he will take his rightful place in the Imperial City. Anyway, let's skip the rest of this. Unassigned skill points and building upgrades and whatnot. We don't have enough blood kisses to unlock what we want as yet. And let's go next. Alright, Azazel, are you gonna come forward? Actually, please stay there. I would really love it if you stayed there, because then we can dry out your entire garrison plus your stack, and it'll make for an epic fight. He has run away in the past, and I think he's run away again. And oh, look, these guys are attacking. Alrighty, well, we'll fight this cinematically. Should be a fun time. Says valiant defeat, but we've faced some pretty tough odds in the past, wherein we held the ground. And I am fairly confident in the power of our skeletons and our zombies. Get to it. They always say it is done. It's almost like they think they're Kairos and they already know what happens. Alrighty, well, this should be a pretty... Damn, Strigoi are huge. This should be a pretty interesting battle. The enemy has quite a lot of units that we're going to have a difficult time bringing down. Namely, the Beasts of Nurgle and the various kinds of spawn. If the entire army was made up solely of Marauders and even Chaos Warriors, we wouldn't have that much trouble, mostly because our skeletons and such can hold ground while our towers do the damage. Against the spawn and the Beasts of Nurgle, that won't work so well, partly because of the regeneration, and partly because, well, they can soak up a lot of damage, which obviously our units aren't particularly adept at dealing out, or dishing out, because they're so basic. The key here will be to apply the proper towers, slow down the enemy, and then a judicious application of Strigoi Claws to the enemy elites, because this is going to be the main damage dealer on the field. Plus, it's a nice debut for the Strigoi as well. Now, in terms of setup, just quickly, we have 2 particular areas. We have a bit of a, I don't know, maybe not quite half our army maybe a third of our army standing here in the center, where they are going to block off the main entrance and prevent any enemy from capturing it, as the enemy has deployed a bunch of units here, but we were better off letting them run all the way to here while we save up additional supplies to build up the tower and then block them on this side. About 2/3 of our army is blocking the main entrance, including the vast majority of our skeletons, all but one of our skeleton spears, and a bunch of zombies, plus our lord as well, which is blocking the enemy lord and the majority of the enemy army. And we've also got our bats and our dire doggos here. So this is where the battle will probably be decided, more or less. Ooh, and we got some, we got a chaos version of Raised Dead, I suppose, as the not zombie, although the way they crawl out of the ground, the spawn, look a little bit like zombies in some way. Also, I just want to mention, I really love this, this Nurgle Sorcerer Lord model. It's a really good one. I love that broken helmet there with the eyes coming out and the symbol on half the helmet. I gotta play Nurgle sometime. As in Festus. Lovely. It's a very nice model. We'll see how it stacks up to Strigoi Claws, however, and let's speed it back up and watch the battle unfold. Obviously, the doggos aren't going to be having such a good time, even against the zombies and skeleton spears, and we do have a tower built up and firing. Now, this is the 900-point arrow tower, not the splash damage tower. And the reason that I decided to build it, also the fireball coming in from our lord there, the reason I decided to build one over the splash one is because we could get it on the field immediately, as we only obviously started out with 1,000 supply. And I thought that that would be the better option here so that it could apply that damage while we held ground. And holding the ground isn't going as nearly as well as it could, perhaps because there's a much wider front than we would otherwise wish. The enemy is able to apply quite a bit more firepower or hitting power to us because of that. The other option would have been to block one of these areas off, but then we would have essentially had to either hold this choke, which is nearly as big at the same time, or this one and this one together. And yeah, maybe, but then we would only be able to activate this one tower here, which can't really fire at several locations back there, as opposed to this tower, which can fire into this entire relatively clear area. So hopefully that'll work. Anyway, our Strigoi has now met the enemy lord in battle, though he is getting a Miasma Pestilence debuff on him, so his melee attack is going to drop. And oh, knocking down our Strigoi with a bonk to the head. And I gotta say, the enemy lord is doing a great job applying those streams of corruption to our masses of skeletons and zombies, just repeatedly using it on them and dishing out quite a lot of damage. Especially doing a good job because he's actually doing it through the line like this. So yeah, absolutely the way the AI should be doing it. We're gonna get a heal down, as we can see, on one of our skeleton spears. Gotta keep those guys up as long as possible, as they will have to hold. And there we go, there's that stream of corruption through basically our entire battle line. And very, very nice. That said, while he's doing a great job at that, he is not doing such a great job at surviving, being at half health to our Strigoi, who's basically fine at this point, and he's taking damage from the towers and a few residual skeletons as well, though it's unlikely that the skeletons are doing much because they're not penetrating his massive amount of armor. Once again, it's all up to the Strigoi to do damage while everybody else holds the line. And just hold, everybody. Now, fortunately, I believe a couple of the doggo units have been very badly beat up at this point, and it looks like they're about to rout, which means our bats and our own doggos are going to give chase to them shortly. But we are definitely starting to lose spears, swords, and zombies here. Only a matter of time before they go down, so we do need to kill that sorcerer lord. Alrighty, how we doing back here? Sorcerer Lord is at, what, about, I don't know, 15% HP? Looking pretty good to me. Nearly done, and he's just gonna keep casting. But it ain't gonna be enough, as he is nearly done for. About a hit away, and we should be able to bring him down at the very least, providing a nice morale shock to the enemy army and preventing him from casting anything else. Good. Oh, nice. Knocking him right off that horse. Well done, buddy. And yeah, that would have been really quite Useful. Ooh, and that fireball, it may not be very effective, but it is applying fire weakness to the regenerative Beast of Nurgle units, and it doesn't like being on fire very much at all. A weakness to fire damage, so yeah. How long does how long does the on fire thing last? Fire weakness minus 20%. Well, I guess we don't have many flaming attacks, though, to have much of that additional application. I wonder what our tower actually hits with. Nah, I doubt it's fiery attacks. It's probably physical. Could be magical. But either way, it's a little bit of extra damage, and we should still be able to bring that Beast of Nurgle down over time, once again, with the power of our Strigoi. Alrighty, and now the battle here is looking a little bit different than it was before. Still plenty of enemy units on the field here, but they're not overwhelming us nearly as much. As we can see, all 4 of the enemy doggo units are out. They routed as soon as their lord had fallen, and it looks like the enemy Beast of Nurgle is also in banishment already, because our lord is doing the damage. The Strigoi is putting in the work. Good job, buddy. And yeah, that Beast of Nurgle will fall. In the meantime, while this is happening, the enemy are drawing closer and closer to our main capture point, the key building back here, which we want to hold. However, unfortunately for them, we are building a tier 4 2,000 point supply tower, which will be able to help hold the ground here and fire down on those units. Getting a little bit of lag there for a few seconds, but it did appear to have fixed itself. And let's watch the beast die. Alrighty, there we go. Tower support plus Strigoi. Well done. And another one of those shots into those Chaos spawn as well, but you're going to have to keep killing them. Still a fair few left. And I'd like to think that the tower is helping as well. I really, once again, wish that we could see tower damage at the end of battles. There are many times where I've wanted to know how much contributions the towers actually did. But anyway. Man, Strigoi are big. They're almost as big as the Chaos spawn, eh? I mean, it shouldn't be surprising that vamps can get this big. Vargheists are sort of vampires. They were vampires before they got Vargheisted by force. So if they can turn into that, nice, bringing down that spawn, well done. Yeah, if they can turn that big, it's not surprising that Strigoi are big as well. Alrighty, and there we go, our Dire Doggos coming in to help out, and at this point it appears that only the spawn, the unbreakable units that are here are left to fight. Actually, a pretty good unit to bring against the masses of zombies and skeletons, because those do very little damage to them, and they're able to apply their frenzy to them. But it didn't pan out this time, as with the help of the Strigoi, we're able to bring them down. There we go. And then there were 2. And then there was 1. And those claws about to bring that last one down. Come on, get another swing. Or walk away from it while it topples. Beautiful. Alrighty, well done to all of you. Let's check back on our main key building. The balance of power is about even, mind you. And we have lost exactly half of our troops. 1,400 skeletons and zombies and down the line. They still have 2 sets of spawn, as well as a fully healed or full HP Beast of Nurgle, plus some Forsaken and some Marauders of Nurgle to contend with. And they're bringing the zombies that are holding the ground here down. Fortunately, the tower has been working on them. Unfortunately, it doesn't appear to do that much damage to spawn, despite being a tier 4 tower, which is a little bit unfortunate. Alright, it did knock that spawn down, and it won't be getting up again, but it is only a single spawn after all. There you go, keep going at it, tower. You got this. And more zombies lining up just to slow the enemy down, waste their time, exhaust them, and allow the tower to keep doing their work. Yeah, I wish that the game did a better job at representing the vampire counts and what it's like to really fight them. The endless tides of zombies that never seem to end. And yeah, we have raised dead, which is quite annoying, but there just isn't that feeling unless you bring a second stack, and I'll be doing this later in this campaign when we have more money. I like to bring like a second stack with a necromancer to follow main stacks around with just zombies, and just have those zombies like go up the walls and run at enemy armies and stuff, advance before the main host, because it feels a lot more lorefully accurate. I do wish that the game provided a, you know, the WoW mechanic that the orcs currently have. The vampire counts really need that, but with just zombies in their as part of their armies, and perhaps that the number of zombies would increase as they level, or it's part of a skill tree or something like that. Really need to add them. Although, to be fair, I have a lot of things that I would change about the vampire counts, but once again, I'm a little bit biased, so who knows. Not so much to make them overpowered, just a little bit more lore accurate in some ways. Plus, let's face it, we're missing so many frickin' lords. And a few mechanics that I feel like should be in the game, but I'm gonna avoid ranting about it for now. Anyway, let's check on the balance of power. It looks to be in our favor, and the rest of our units that were defending the location where the enemy lord came in are coming in to help out as well, though a lot of them are pretty damn badly beat up. Our STRIGOI is coming in as well, and though he is debilitated and very tired, though I once again feel it's strange that vampires don't all automatically have perfect vigor, but whatever. He is going to be able to start healing up these units and finally starting to duel that other beast, because that's probably the only way we're going to bring it down, especially as our tower is busily taking out those spawn. It does seem to be taking out a spawn essentially with every shot, so this is how we're going to do it. Fortunately, though, we don't have to worry that much about it, because as we can see from the banishment of a beast that had started with nearly full health, the battle is over, in the sense that the enemy has routed and it's just a matter of killing the spawn, presuming that the spawn don't kill us all and end this battle in that manner. Our dire doggos and our skeleton spears, which had marched all the way up here to surround the enemy and hit them in the back and to reclaim any territory, are also blocking the enemy from running, so we should be able to destroy them. Very nice. Alrighty, really fun battle. You gotta love these defenses. Just like Bathilda before him, Rod did a good job with just basics. And it certainly shows you the power of vampire lords of various types in melee combat, even at level 1. If he had had something like Spirit Leech bound to him in addition to Invocation of Nehek, that would have been pretty crazy too. And damn, he must have killed so many spawn throughout this battle. Well done, Rod. Man, now I'm getting attached to him after this battle. Damn it. I don't like the fact that he has Dark Majesty. It doesn't really. It's not a good. It's not a good trait to have for a ghoul army, and obviously he's gonna lead a bunch of ghouls and some Morn ghouls. I wish that he had a better trait. I might still keep him though, I don't know. At the end of the day, the trait isn't a huge difference. Anyway, a close victory, and we certainly took damage even before this part. As we saw, we were at about half, so our armies certainly did get hurt, but a win's a win, and it was a pretty darn glorious one. Alrighty, that was really fun. I really enjoy fighting these battles against the very basic or using very basic troops against enemies. Always a pretty good time. And from a cinematic perspective, they're easy on the eyes, I suppose I'd say. Obviously, the spawn and the Beasts of Nurgle were the biggest problem. Beasts of Nurgle not doing too much damage, but the amount of HP they soaked up was insane. And as HP damage, I mean damage coming in from us. Plus this spawn, 27, nearly 28k damage on one, 13 and 20k on the other. A very good damage there. The doggos survived, but they appeared to be faster than our dire doggos, so we couldn't chase them down. And otherwise, we're looking good. We are not going to bother healing up. We are going to get the money, because we might as well get some reward for our efforts. And I believe the army is destroyed, unless I'm mistaken. Unfortunately with that, we're pretty much out of time here, so we are going to call this episode at this time. Next time, ooh, Ally begins outpost construction, swell for them. But at this time, oh, Crooked Moon destroyed, ooh, that actually may be an issue, because now that the Crooked Moon are dead, oh no. Oh no, whoa, 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 whoa. There's a Skaven army coming through to Mount Gunbad. Mount Gunbad can defend itself, but Tilda was gonna attack Mount Silver Spear. I might still attack Mount Silver Spear and ignore this. I can't believe they're not actually, that Clan Morse isn't actually fighting the dwarfs. That's shocking. That is absolutely shocking. In fact, I feel like maybe we should tell Draika to leave the Clan Morse forces alone, but I'll think about it. Anyway, should be some fun stuff. Next time I'll try to figure out what to do down here, but otherwise we'll try to approach the Tower of Crack to sack it, because it's got a lot of sack value in there. 15k and a lot of stuff we can build up, nearly back to 10k, and generally speaking, once again, I like to hover around that 10k and then retrofit armies to get below that, then up to 10k, etc. Hover around that portion. And it looks like Azazel ran away from us in March stance, though he could be going around to try to take Zavastra. We shall see next time. Stay tuned for more Vlad and Izzy. Don't forget to leave a like and comment for your friendly neighborhood heretic. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.